Given the right help, could you realize your career ambition in just 7 days? Find out in The Candidate.
Oh, yeah.
So, who is The Candidate? Lee Hodgson is a 31-year-old ex-postman who's mad about George Michael. His dream is to be a web designer. How did we choose him? From thousands of hopefuls wanting their ideal job, the question is, can Lee do it in just 7 days? Lee, right, you are the candidate. We've got a very busy week ahead. We're going to have a long, hard and critical look at your CV. We're going to see what we can do with your image as well. We've also got some work experience set up for you. It's a big, big challenge. I'm going to be with you all the way. There's two of us in it. Your reputation, my reputation. Okay. You happy? Totally. You will be. Okay, let's see what we have to work with. Follow me. The job of a web designer is one of the most sought after in the rapidly expanding world of the internet. A mock interview will determine exactly how much work Lee needs to do to get the job and how great the task ahead is.
First thing is you're going to meet Lorenzo Wood, who's the technical director of Oyster, largest web agency in the UK, and he's got a mock interview for you. Okay, don't worry about it. Off you go. The very best of luck, okay? Give it socks and all that. Baby steps, remember.
Do you have any questions for me?
I don't know, really. Will he give me a job? No.
On your CV it says able to work multiple projects simultaneously to a deadline. When have you done that?
I say deadline, but I don't, like when I was working on my own personal website, I was working with Ron, another guy there, Ron Beals, he's a San Francisco, America. And also I was working on WorkSolver, but I worked to deadlines on those and completed the deadline.
That's key.
Well, yeah.
Okay, show me a site that you've done that's the best site that you've done.
So this is my personal George Michael website. I've tried to make this very fast because the last thing I'd like to do is see something that's slow and takes forever to load.
So how long does it take the home page to appear?
To load the front page, you're probably looking at about 40 seconds.
That's quick, is it? So do you think the fact that all the buttons along the bottom have the same symbol makes it easy to navigate?
If you were a George Michael fan, which is the target I'm actually aiming at, yes you would.
So looking at technology at the moment, what's the most exciting thing coming on?
Technology called Tango Zebra. And they're creating banners for websites that have fantastic sound, fantastic visual content, and they're very, very small in size.
Well, what does CGI mean?
Common Gateway Interface.
Okay, and what does that mean then?
I haven't got a clue.
What's WAP?
I don't know.
How do you get the internet on a mobile phone?
I don't know.
How do you get the internet on television?
Don't know.
If you look ahead, say 3 years, what would you like to be doing?
To be honest with you, I don't believe that there's anything in the internet business that I could not learn at a fast rate, and I wouldn't be absolutely, a polite word, fantastic with it.
Do you have any more questions for me?
Actually, no.
Well, gentlemen, first step over with. How does he get on, Lorenzo?
Well, I mean, Lee's very enthusiastic. That's a good start. I can do anything and I can do it marvellously, frankly. Fantastic. But a severe lack of knowledge about what you could possibly do is a killer. Looking forward to have no knowledge to come out with some sort of tin pot little banner technology is again just showing a very, very narrow, very small view of what's going on.
Do you think, with the right help, Lee could get a job in the industry?
I think you certainly demonstrated a lot of ability to pick up the tools that you use. Don't pick design, because from the evidence so far, you just are not going to cut it ever, in my opinion. But programming could be fine too, but you are nowhere yet.
Would you employ Lee?
Right now, no. To come with so little idea of what he might do. I mean, frankly, to start the interview with me asking, have you got any questions, and to have
No.
an answer, just doesn't doesn't come across as someone with a mind to get a job, frankly.
Right. Well, Lee, how do you feel? Let's have a chat about it. Come on. Poor sod. Lee, that must have been something of an experience. How do you feel?
Gutted.
Yeah, well, you know, at the end of the day, I just think it was hard but fair. He says that I'm not going to make it as a web designer, but I personally feel that's just the opinion of one person.
He said, I quote,
Don't pick design.
and you collapsed. You went cheeky, chappy, confident fella. Thump, hit the floor, your face did, you were gone. So, do you still want to be a designer?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Well, get searching, because we now have to find you a job, my friend.
That's the most important thing.
Passion. Go with your passion, which is
Music.
music. Okay. There's quite a few actually dotted around the place. They're right when they say there's a bit of a boom going on. It's definitely
That's right,
the time to
there's-
be looking, isn't it? Ah, web designers for planetfootball.com.
Wow. Young enthusiastic web designer and developer
For
sought
what?
by large multimedia. Oh, that's good, but where's that for?
We can look at the internet. That would, or you'd rather that.
Well, it doesn't hurt to.
Right. Well, let's go and
Look at the
should we have a
options.
little peep at it anyway? Let's go back to those.
Okay.
We should probably pop into Monster first of all, which is kind of the biggest recruitment website, isn't it? Art director, designers. There we go. Look. Web designer, junior designer job, 6-month contract. Not music, but still, maybe you should be, you know.
Yeah, I've got my heart set on music though, really.
One of the biggest music websites is Dot Music.
Dot music. Excellent.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Dot Music jobs at Dot Music.
Oh, excellent.
We're looking for a talented web designer to join our creative team. You'll need to be keen, be able to work to tight deadlines, to be able to keep your head in a busy environment, and to love your music. And all it needs is George Michael in there as well, and the job is just tailor-made for you, my friend.
It looks like it.
Yeah?
That's it. That's what I want.
Got to be completely honest with you here and bring back what Lorenzo said to you at Oyster.
Programming could be fine too, but you are nowhere yet.
HTML skills, not the best. You've got
Wow.
to do this. You really have to get
I
your
will.
teeth into this, okay?
Definitely.
Because there's no point in going through any of this if you're not up to scratch.
Brilliant.
But it's going to require a lot of effort.
It's not that we don't trust Lee, it's just that if he's going to have a chance of getting a job, he's got to study. So we've installed a webcam in his flat to ensure he does exactly that. HTML is a language used by designers to create web pages. To give Lee more of a chance, we brought in Neil Thurman from City University for some intensive home tutorial.
It hasn't quite worked. Yeah. So if you just put... Morning.
Morning. Morning.
How's it going? No, it's going very well. I'm very impressed. He picks things up very quickly. He's got a very good eye for the visual design. He just needs to practice his HTML
Right.
tags a little bit.
He's got the ability to crack it quickly.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I think he's very bright, picks things up very quickly, and I think he's in with a great chance. I know it's a very tedious part of the whole job search thing, but let's be honest, it's a door opener.
It is.
And as a CV guru, I think you should inform us of the most important elements of a CV.
Okay, first of all, you've got to get your profile, which is basically your objective. It's about you and what makes you different. So how you can add value and what it is you're looking for. Experience is also very important. So anything that's experience which is relevant to the job that you're trying to look for.
So, most importantly, what about Lee's CV?
Yeah, a work of art, I'd say.
Probably the worst you've seen, I guess.
No, I've seen worse. Okay, this is your CV, so we just have a look at it here. Really the objective of this particular CV is to get a job as a web designer. 3 points. The information that you've got on there is not relevant to the job that you're going to go for. You're not selling yourself, and the information is too cluttered. So really, the information that you've got under the employment section, we need to really beef that up. We need to make that more achievement orientated.
So if you were sifting through CVs for a web designer for a client, how far would you get down Lee's CV here before it ends up in the bin?
Probably qualifications and the first line.
So you know his name and address. That's not bad.
I never look at name and address.
Oh dear.
Then have a look at Lee's CV, which is totally revamped and redesigned him. What really is amazing about Lee is that he was a postman and now he's actually one of the most sought after people in the world today. The three main points that we've changed on Lee's CV is the personality profile. We've actually got relevant soft skills, personality information and actually mentions your career change. Secondly, we've actually got the technical skills summary, which is actually relevant to the job that you're going to go for. And also, this is evidence of all the websites that you've worked on. So that's very important information. So your front page, your first page, is absolutely specific for the actual job that you're now going to get.
And you've read it, because you've written it. And you've met Lee. Do they match up?
Oh, without a doubt. It's very good.
I thought you took it well. Took the advice well, which was good. You know, I thought you might going to get protective over your old CV.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's some things you can get protective about, I guess, but, you know, I don't know a great deal about CV, so...
Things are kind of beginning to come together now, right?
Sure.
There's one thing that's kind of playing in my mind a slight bit. I know how much you want the job. I know how enthusiastic you are.
Yeah.
And I'm beginning to know how capable you are. I have a worry that you're not going to convey that. You're not conveying it to other people at the moment.
See, I can assure you, I mean, I don't know how it's looking, but inside I'm thinking all the time, constantly, 24 hours a day, I'm thinking.
But you've got to forget, this isn't with the lads now. Guys, you know, I'm pretty cool about this, sorted.
Sure.
The guy behind the counter, behind the desk, wants to give this job to somebody who really wants it. That's something I think you're going to have to think about.
Oh, sure. I learned a lot from the first interview. This one's going to go a whole lot better, I'm sure.
But will it sink in? With 3 days to go, it's time to get Lee some work experience at lastminute.com. The day before Lee's visit, a high-profile but controversial flotation has valued the company at £400 million. Lee is about to be thrown in at the deep end.
How are you doing? Lee, good to meet you. How are you doing? I'm Craig. Hi, Craig. Hi there. All right, so I understand you want to be a web designer.
Definitely.
What's your past experience?
I've done some small work, I've done some personal sites, and I've done my own personal website.
Okay, well, let's take you downstairs.
Brilliant.
And we'll get going.
Thank you.
Now, the thing is, what we're going to do is, as you know, it's St. Patrick's Day very soon.
Yes, very soon.
In typical last-minute fashion, we've only got 2 days until it's going to happen. Here's the big office, international team, tech team. Here's all the suppliers. These are the people that bother you the most, probably.
Sure, yeah.
This is where you'll be sitting.
Okay, lovely.
Okay.
Lee's task is to design a St. Patrick's Day page. He's got 7 hours to do it.
Okay.
Got any trouble?
See what I can do.
Okay, right. We've got all of, well, not one now left. So what I need is those 5 banners. That's been done. With a different
With a different thing
element.
each time, sure.
All right, give me a shot.
Okay, no problem.
How's it going there, Lee?
Not bad. There's a bit hard work on the green on the background.
Not intimidated by the fact your surroundings, your...
It's a bit of hard work. It's a bit, you know, deadlines, but it's wherever I was going to be or whatever I was going to be doing. Even if I'm doing this on a full-time basis, it's still going to be the same way. So
Well, this is the job, right? I mean, this
Well,
is
this is what it's all
the
about.
job. Hello there, fellas. Sorry to disturb you. I know you're busy at it. How's it been getting on?
It's been doing all right. It's the timing's a bit off. I think that's been the main criticism. But he's done well.
I've got to say that I found it very exciting through the day. You was popping up to me and like just telling me bits and pieces like I need this done, and it was like you're putting pressure on me, and I felt like, you know, I'm on a buzz, you know. It's
And that
constantly
is
on
the way.
buzz.
The fact of the matter is, the business will come up to you at any point and say, "We don't want that section. We
don't
need
want
another one."
Generally, in general, quite a good feeling about what Lee's done here.
Quite a good
today.
feeling.
Lee has accomplished his task. His confidence is up and things are looking good.
We got an interview for you
You have?
with Dot Music.
No.
Yes, we do. In a few days'
Really?
time, yes. As you're beginning to feel very settled.
Oh my God.
So, Lee's dream is coming true. Music magazine Music, one of the first companies to use WAP technology, where web information is received on your mobile phone, have given him an interview 2 days later. But from the webcam at his flat, it appears Lee isn't doing his homework. Will he blow it?
I went excellent. Really enjoyed myself. You know, the experience was amazing. Yeah, everything I expected. So, you know, fantastic. And G2 actually gave me his card as well, so, and he wanted to know if, you know, how things work out.
Whoa. What are you doing here, you may ask, right?
Certainly.
Well, all week you've been studying HTML,
Sure.
okay? And we decided, let's make your way through here. It was maybe time to, well, I won't tell you anymore, actually, because Neil, your tutor over the week, is
Hello, Neil.
a little surprise.
Hello again, Lee.
How you doing?
Have a seat.
Seat.
Yeah, we've decided to give you a little test. There's an HTML web page on the computer that we want you to recreate just using HTML code, and you've got half an hour.
Okay,
Thanks.
your time starts now. Turn over your page. You've got 7 minutes. Okay, Neil. How's he done?
Well, perhaps you could show us what you've been doing, Lee.
Right, well, basically, I put the, I did the page as
So
it was written on
what's
there.
that? That's not the question we asked
You actually
was
wanted,
it?
you wanted me to do it on a style sheet.
Yeah. It was the one behind that we wanted you to have a go at.
Because I didn't even read the text, I just wrote it. So,
Oh,
Okay.
What's happened here? What's he
Well, I
done?
don't think you read the question right, actually. But we'll have a look at what you've done anyway.
sure.
Fatal mistake.
The question was halfway down the page.
This was an exam. How would you have marked it?
Well, I think if I was marking it strictly, then I'd probably have to fail him because he didn't answer the question. But if I marked what he did actually do, I think I'd give him a good 65%.
With just a day until the interview, the last task is to look at Lee's image and the way he presents himself, with Mary Spillane from ImageWorks.
Great. Well, you know, in the first 30 seconds, an employer is going to decide whether or not they're going to hire you. They will decide right from the gut that they're not going to hire you based upon how you just look and behave. Okay? So we've got to work on that today. And your handshake is a killer. Okay?
You like it?
No.
Oh.
We got to work on that. We got to work on it. It's a social handshake. You see, you just grab. No, maybe, you're doing this because I'm a girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sad, very sad. Okay, so you've got to get in here for the whole full web-to-web business. Okay, the package, the image, how you dress. Also, 55% of the impact comes down to just how you look. So we've got to get that right. And this is terrific. If you were interviewing to become a minicab driver or a bookie, it doesn't work for new media. New media is all about modern, futuristic, looking forward, young, all sorts of stuff. And we're sending mixed signals here. So it's going to be a little bit more casual, but smart.
Oh, right.
Right?
Okay. So like this?
Hey, that's
Which
this
mean?
is, eh? Turn around. The new media man. So let's get down to nitty-gritty. Get that earring out?
Yes,
Close them out.
both out.
Jolly good. Now, I was able to take a look at your marketing interviews at Oyster, which were interesting. And the great thing about you going to an interview is that you have bags of confidence. It's great. It's great. So many people go into interviews and they're terrified, and it really comes across. But your confidence and friendliness can almost slide into, through your nonverbal signals, through your behavior, as almost coming across as arrogance. And you're not like that at all.
No.
Okay, so a couple of things you want to watch is don't get too relaxed. Because when Lee gets relaxed, he puts all the jewels on display. He just does this. And this is just me-centered, you see. And so in an interview, you want to really keep all your attention on the interviewer. The other thing I noticed was eye contact. You're great. When we've been talking, been terrific. You can hold eye contact, which shows interest and confidence. But as soon as someone starts and asks you a question that you haven't really thought about before,
Then I'm looking around.
all over the map. So alertness and delivery-oriented, as this great new CV says, that you're all about confident, hardworking, all this stuff. This is your brand, your new brand in this CV, okay? So have you thought about any questions that you do want to ask for the interview?
To be honest with you, I've never been great with questions. I'd probably just ask something like, what's it like to work here, or something eagerly meaningless.
What I want you to think about is when you ask the questions, think the questions, what's in it for him? Why should they be interested in even wasting their time answering that? Tell me about your business. What are the new areas of development, new areas of growth? Where do you see the potential? You're going to go into the meeting with a notebook and a nice pen, okay, perhaps not an orange notebook, we'll get a nice one here, and have your preset questions down, be prepared, think about what's in it for them, and you know if it's enjoyable for them, it's going to be enjoyable for you.
So, what do you think of Mary? Yeah, Mary's really nice. It's really helpful to give me some major pointers on the questions, the techniques and stuff.
Which questions? The fact that you should probably ask?
That I should ask, yeah, and portraying myself, you know, rather than going in there and acting all flash, you know, just have it as just a, you know, a presence, but not
Are you
too
going to wear
much of
the
a
suit,
cocky.
though?
Are you going to wear the suit? I'll go for the suit.
suit.
I don't like it a great deal, but I'll certainly wear the suit because obviously I do need a suit for good to keep it going. You know,
Suit
so.
suits you, sir.
Thank you.
It's the day of the interview, and with a contract worth £20,000 a year, everything's at stake. But can Lee do it?
Sir, how are you? How you doing,
Say-
mate? Reckoning? How you feeling?
Oh, a bit nervous, shaky.
Very, very shaky.
No reason to be. Lovely.
Okay, there is lots of reasons.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, this is it. This is make or break. You know, it really is. And just give it your best shot. You know what I mean? You don't waste it. If you don't really give it, just remember everything. Don't waste the week. Don't let yourself down.
I'm just going to go in there and give it my best shot. I've remembered what's gone on during the week, so I'm going to go in there.
No, you haven't.
We're going to ditch the earrings. Can you get rid of those?
We can get rid of those.
Earrings.
Ah.
I shall take those out right now as we speak.
Oh,
no! Yes? Okay.
Good luck, mate.
Good luck, yourself, good.
All right. Good night, mate.
Hi, Lee, how you doing?
Hi, how you doing? Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for taking time to see me today. I'm sure you're very busy now.
We've got your CV, but what have you been up to the last few months?
Well, last few months, basically, I've just been in my spare time just working on my George Michael website. I've just been doing a bit of trial and error and learning a few things, trying to learn my packages, as well as do that as well. So I've pretty much been full-time web design, but non-paid.
Okay, well, moving on to actual Dot Music itself.
Sure.
You've had a chance to look at the site.
I have.
And what's your initial impressions? What sort of things you like and don't like, and, you know?
You're going to show that you've done your homework on them and you've got questions.
To be honest with you, it's got pretty much everything that I could possibly need from a music site.
What would you, if you were free to change anything you wanted on Dot Music, what would be the first thing that you'd look at to change?
The first thing, I don't know.
Be prepared. Think about what's in it for them.
Specifying on George Michael alone, I would like to see a more recent picture of George Michael when I go and watch the news. But you have actually changed it just recently. You've gone from the older picture to the Star People picture. There is one thing I've just discovered yesterday, actually, browsing the net, that I think might be a good idea for UK users. Arsenal are actually doing it now on their website. They text message you on your mobile phone. It's a free service when there's news and updates.
I think we launched the UK's first music service on the WAP phones. Have you heard of
I
the
haven't
WAP
had much
phone?
experience. I've heard very basic details about them.
Yeah.
What's WAP?
I don't know. And there's actually a couple, you've probably heard of them, probably thinking about it, but a company called Tango Zebra.
To come out with some sort of tin pot little banner technology is the most exciting thing going on in the internet today. Is again just showing a very, very narrow, very small view of what's going on.
I want to give you a chance now to ask some questions of us.
Okay.
That you might
I
have.
could actually write a couple down.
Tell me about your business.
How many staff did you say was aboard? 17?
There's approximately 17 at the moment.
Okay.
What are the new areas of development, new areas of growth? Where do you see the potential?
What would be a typical design process? For what? For anything.
Usually we start off having a meeting discussing what new features we're going to add, whether or not we're going to add them, and if we decide to do so, then we decide who's going to be in charge of the project, and we set a deadline for it to be finalised.
What would be a question that you could ask them?
What's it like to work here, or something eagerly meaningless?
And last but not least, will I enjoy working here?
Will you enjoy it? Well, if you like working in a high-pressure environment, such as music, internet, obviously going to a few parties and stuff,
Oh my gosh, I love that.
then absolutely.
Fantastic. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. Pleasure to meet you. Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you. Well, it went good. Very, very well. Very, very well. Kept myself together. This is fantastic. Just think, it was the best interview I've ever had in my life.
They certainly have confidence in me, I think, straight away. They certainly have confidence and belief that I can do the job.
I'm completely over the moon.
A man deserves a pint.
Yes, let's go pint.
Well done, you got through. Cheers. Whatever the result might be. All right. What do you think they think was your best point in the interview?
I think the best thing was an overall thing. It was just his whole attitude and his approach and his personality.
Eye contact. Definitely the eye contact. I didn't break it once. And the worst thing? What do you think they'll pick as the worst thing you did?
We didn't really have any ideas on what was wrong with Dot Music and what he would like to add to the site.
To be honest with you, it's got pretty much everything that I could possibly need from a music site.
In a word, have you got the job? Yes.
We're seeing some more people this afternoon.
Hi, I'm Jack Beaumont. I'm applying for the web designer's position at dotmusic.com.
Tim Baker. I'm going for the web designer role at Dot Music.
He's definitely not out.
We'll start Monday.
3 days later, and it's back to Dot Music to find out whether Lee has got the job.
Now, I know this is a rather unusual way to find out about a job interview. Put this poor man out of his misery. How did he get on? What's the result?
Okay, Lee, for the job of the web designer at Dot Music, we're not going to pursue it. You don't have the job there.
Sure, no problem.
But, you know, I'd like to get, obviously, your reaction, first of all, on that news.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm very disappointed because I can't, you know, the way the interview went and the surroundings and everything, kind of had my heart set on it, but obviously it wasn't meant to be.
I think the thing that let you down is probably what you know is the lack of experience.
The experience, yeah.
And the fact, actually, we're looking for someone who has got a fair amount of experience. I know it's difficult in this environment. Okay. And, you know, in a couple of months' time, we might be in a situation where we could be in a situation to offer you that.
Excellent. Well, you've got my number. Just give us a bell.
For more information about the candidate and how to have a career on the web, visit BBC Webwise, an online guide to the internet at www.bbc.co.uk/webwise.